just take you back to the night you came out? I was actually at the News as well that night and had gone home and I got a call saying Michael Barrymore has just come out.
What?
He's done what?
Gay?
And every paper reacted the same way. And,
gay?
Yeah. Tell me, did you intend to do that night, or was it...
No. A drag act got up on stage, and I wasn't with anybody. I was just sitting there, and I thought I'll get out of the way, so in case he sees me. And he went, "Oh, Christ, have you heard about Barrymore?" And they all went, "Ooh." And he went, "He's not here, is he?" And I didn't think. I just stepped up on stage and went and started mucking about and started singing New York, New York, tell the world I'm gay. I just made a parody up straight away, not thinking anything of it. When it comes to all that stuff, I'm quite naive.
You didn't expect people to write about it, or...?
No, not at all. Just thought I just got up and I did it for a laugh. Thought no more of it, and then the next day on the newsstand there, Barrymore was gay. I went, "Oh, Christ." That was the first I saw it.
Right, when you saw that banner headline, your wife is also your manager.
Yeah.
And she discovers you've come out. What is her reaction when you...
She lost the plot. She went for me.
Physically attacked you?
You know, she's an Essex girl. She's got long nails. And so I've got a few of those around the neck. You know, I don't blame her.
She must have been hurt.
Of course she was, yeah, of course she was.
Her husband.
Was distraught. You know, I mean, how do you deal with it if you've got to tell the woman you love and that you live with that you feel you're gay? If I had a choice, I'd rather not be, you know, gay. I really would.
Really?
Well, because life would be easier. Life, it can be difficult at times, especially when you're known, because everybody has a pot shot at you.
Did you feel all the time you were with Cheryl that actually secretly...
No, not all the time, no. I loved her for years. We had a fantastic relationship, a proper relationship.
Well, you said this about her, that she controlled how I looked, what I wore, how I behaved, who I mixed with.
Yes,
all I had to do was get up on stage and perform and then go home to bed and perform.
That bit there don't sound like me.
It's from your book.
Oh, yeah, well, Cheryl probably added it. As I say, she controlled everything.
But you were
I'm quite happy for her to do that.
You were happy being
relationships work. Well, there's a lot of people thought she probably knew, but just hoped it wouldn't ever turn into anything. What I was doing, I was starting to speak up for myself and say how it was for once in my life.
You had freedom.
Yeah, I think all of that slipping away from her was she couldn't cope with it.
Were you even aware, really, of how bad your life was spiralling in that period?
No, I mean, that snowball was so huge, you know, and slowly got enveloped into the hell known as rock bottom. All that success, you know, to me, I was just full of self-loathing and felt rotten about probably what I'd done to Cheryl and then beating myself up about it. Nobody needs to have told me off at any one time, ever in my life, about my behaviour. Nobody told me off better than me. I would just look in the mirror and say, you're just useless. You're worthless, you know?
And then go drinking.
And then go and drink on top of it. You know, you can't win. I'm so depressed, have a drink. You know, and Anthony doesn't have one drink. That's just a starter. Or I'm so happy, have a drink. They don't have one drink. There's no
At your worst, Michael, how much would you be drinking or taking drugs?
Whatever was around. I mean, if you told me that bit of paper would make me high, I would eat it.
A doctor told you if you don't stop doing what you're doing, you'll be dead by Christmas.
You don't care. You know, when you're in the throes of addiction, you're stoned and drunk or whatever you are, and you go, Michael, you're going to lose your career, good. Michael, you're going to die, good. I want to die.
I saw you at your worst. It was a Pride of Britain Awards, and you were openly taking cocaine and baloos with people seeing you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Michael Barrymore and you, either of those.
I'm not proud of it. No, nobody is, you know. I mean, but... and I don't ask anybody to understand addiction at its worst, but it's the addict that's talking, it's the addict's behaviour, and it's the addict that's doing everything, not the person when they're without it.
You had this incredibly intense marriage with Cheryl, and then it went completely the other way, of nothing.
Yeah.
You had no contact with her at all.
Yeah.
When you look back on your life, was she the great love of your life?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody goes up the aisle thinking, oh, well, I'll be out of this in 10 years. You know, We all go in because we genuinely love the person for what they are as the person.
Do you think if Cheryl and Diana had still been in your life when all the really bad stuff was going on, do you think it would have happened?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have happened. You can't live your life saying if I hadn't turned left, I wouldn't have hit that car, if I'd gone the other way. You know, that's... Stuff happens.
Because you lost one,
I think,
you lost one to a tragic accident. The other one you lost through a personal choice of wanting to be honest with yourself about who you were.
Yeah. 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 It's, oh, Christ, this bleeding show. It's good to cry sometimes. That's what it's there for, isn't it? I can't do it with Dave, the dog. He doesn't understand. Don't really get it. I'm going to tell him about you when I get home tonight.